What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I got a quick video for you guys. Wanted to talk about Hansel Emmanuel. Wanted to talk about Hansel and more specifically, how good is he? Because he recently just picked up an offer from Memphis, which is big time for him. And so just wanted to talk about how good is he, or what's his potential. Obviously we know the limitations that he has, but just wanted to go kind of in depth on that, give my thoughts on it. But more importantly, I wanted to hear what you guys have to say about it. Would like to kind of see the opinion on him, just kind of on the social media side of things and what people think of his game. So make sure you leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's get into it. So just how good is Hansel Emmanuel? And before I get into that, I just wanted to say that Hansel is a great story on perseverance, overcoming obstacles that are out of your control, hard work, dedication, and just someone who's trying to chase his dream. I think that Hansel ultimately just wants to be seen as a basketball player, a hooper. He doesn't want to be seen as someone with one arm who's trying to overcome this. I think, like I said, he just wants to be seen as a normal basketball player. I've never heard him once use the one arm as an excuse for anything. He's just, like I said, went out there, did his thing, put a lot of hard work, a lot of time into his craft, and it's great to see that that hard work is starting to pay off. Now, in terms of Hansel and his game, Hansel has a nice game. He's someone who's really electric, really fun to watch. He's a 6'5" shooting guard, really athletic, fun to watch when he gets out on the break, can throw down some really impressive dunks, and just overall, he's a solid, really fluid athlete. And so he's got good size, he's got good athleticism, he can handle the ball all right for someone who's dealing with what he's dealing with, and he can shoot the ball all right too. And so he's a good basketball player. This year, his senior year at his prep school, he's averaging about 25 points a game, and they've played some tough competition. He's done good in some of those games, he's struggled in some of them against some of the better teams, but overall Hansel is a good basketball player despite his limitations. Now recently Hansel picked up an offer from the University of Memphis, which is big time, which is huge for him. It's good to see that a big time D1 program showing interest in him and ultimately offering him a spot. And I say spot because the way the article that I read worded it, they said that he has a spot on the University of Memphis' team, or is offered a spot there. Now I kind of take that as it potentially being just a walk-on opportunity. I think that if it was a scholarship, the article would have said offered a scholarship opportunity to Memphis. But either way, that's still big time. That's great to see. And now that currently puts him at 3 offers total at the Division I level. Tennessee State being the first team to offer him, and then Bethune-Cookman out of Florida also offered him. And so to have a couple of D1 scholarship opportunities, maybe a walk-on, maybe a scholarship opportunity at the University of Memphis, that's huge. That's great to see. And I think that legitimizes him as being a true Division I level player. If you're getting those types of looks and you got multiple Division I schools believing that you can play at that level, then I definitely would feel safe to say that he is good enough to play at the Division I level. Now, how good can Hansel be at the Division I level? I think that's a really good question that I'm not sure I know the answer to, and I don't think anyone ultimately does. I think that when you look at his high school stats at his prep school that he's playing at now, he's got good stats. He's averaging over 25 a game, rebounding the ball well, facilitating all right. And so he's got the stats that if you just looked at a kid playing prep school basketball, you would say that that's someone who could succeed and do pretty well at the Division I level. He's got the stats. His school that he plays for has also played some other big time schools, and in those games that have better athletes, better players, really, we're talking those top tier prep schools that they've played, he's struggled in some of those games, which could be to be expected if he's getting the focus of their attention and they have the type of athletes that those schools do. And so that's expected to an extent. But he's also played well in other games as well. He's struggled, he's played well. And so I think it's hard to get a feel for what he could do at the D1 level. I think that he could definitely be someone who could contribute and be a good player at that level. But could he be the best player on a D1 team who can night in and night out go against other scholarship players and go against game plans that are focused on him and put up the types of numbers that he's putting up now in prep school? I'm not sure. I think that's kind of the $1 million question that I think a lot of these schools are trying to figure out. I think that ultimately Hansel has put himself in a great position. He's been someone who has blown up here on social media here in the last year. He's got himself 3 Division I offers. He was just recently featured on a J. Cole, I don't know if you want to call it an ad or just kind of a shout out in a sense, on his social media networks, which is huge and blew up on social media and great to see. And he was recently, I guess, figured out to be one of the top potential NIL guys that are playing high school basketball right now. I think that number came out to be like $1.2 million his NIL valuation was at. So even if he doesn't ultimately become a pro basketball player or even have a great college career, he's still put himself in a position where he can be very successful with his social medias, and he should be able to profit that way. And I think he should be able to be a very successful person in terms of making money and doing well for himself there. And so I think ultimately he's handled this well. Like I said, he's a great story of someone who's put in a lot of hard work, didn't let obstacles out of his control stop him from chasing his dream, and he's doing what I think a lot of us would love to do, which is have Division I opportunities and just the chance to play Division I basketball. He should be proud of himself. I think that he should be applauded, and I think a lot of people should look at his story and see what they can do and not let other things out of their control stop them. And so leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Hansel. Leave your thoughts there, and I'll talk to you guys later.